It's incomplete. And the Boilermakers bring their punt team onto the field. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. So Notre Dame's offense makes their way onto the field for their first possession. All right, Kirk, let's take a quick look at the impact players for today's game and how they're going to affect the outcome.
These are your leaders on the field and in the locker room. These are your go-to guys, not only when you need a play to be made, but also when you need somebody to rally your team.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Pre-snap motion from the offense. Play action here on first down. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
Well, this quarterback and his receivers have got to get on the same page. They've got to find a rhythm if they want to move the ball down the field.
And from the shotgun, an inside handoff.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
Solid gain in the running play. Third down now. Quarterback drops back. Catch hauled in here over the middle. Tackled across midfield at the 48. Good enough for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. On first and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. What a job to lay out and make the catch. They bring him down, but the veteran quarterback shows off that trademark arm strength.
Chris, really, that's all you want to see from this offense is the ability to just be efficient. If you can just avoid the mistake, make those first downs, be a great compliment to what you want to do running the football. It's a great chance of putting enough points up on the board to win this game.
They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so second and 4. Looking to chuck it again. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up third down. 6th play of the drive coming up. Out of the gun now on third down. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. They bring him down, but he was fast enough to get that first down yardage.
Well, when you play zone defense on third down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find an open receiver and eventually get the first down. Not surprised at all that they're able to convert.
Notre Dame getting set with a first and 10 coming up. With some pre-snap movement, back in motion. Handoff here from the shotgun. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Catch made in the end zone. Touchdown, Irish. Tight end is wide open. How do they lose track of the big fella down there, Kirk?
I don't know. I wish I knew. The defense, to me, looks like they just were so locked in on defending the goal line, they forgot about the tight end. That'll probably be the easiest touchdown throw and catch we see of the game today.
Returner looking to make a play here. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. So the Boilermakers offense heads back out onto the field. Last time was a quick 3 and out. Can they get a drive going this time? From the pocket, delivers over the middle. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
When the defense sits back in a zone coverage, good job here by the quarterback recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
Using his legs here. Breaks loose at the 40. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Man, it is fun to watch this guy get out in the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big gain for this offense.
And looking to throw now on first down. Grab down the middle. It's Walker. 5-yard gain, so it's second and 5.
quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
And they're finally able to stop him. A great execution on the screen pass. Fooled the defense there.
Boy, this is great execution here on this screen play to the running back to pick up big yards and a first down. I think in the process, Chris, they send a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
First down. Looking to throw the football. Extending the play now. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
Well, they did a good job of getting pressure on the quarterback, but, man, make the play. Bring him down. Instead, they give up positive yards here on the scramble.
And the Boilermakers looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. And it's a throwaway. That's a good call down here in the red zone on 1st down.
It has been a tough first half in this playoff game for this offense. They cannot get anything going through the air. Not only are they down the scoreboard, but there's really nothing to build around as we get ready to go into the second half.
Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a first down.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
The Boilermakers trying to punch it in. It's 1st and goal. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. Couldn't quite get there, but brought down at the 1-yard line.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. I wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making...
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Boilermakers. That kind of execution on a long drive, that's why this team made it to the college football playoff.
That's exactly right. Being able to mix in the run with the pass, picking up first downs, and eventually coming up with the touchdown. That is a tough thing to do, and they made it look easy.
He'll take the return and try to get some better field position. The returner is brought down. Gets he started on the next drive. And the Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. They scored a touchdown on their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. Here's the first play of the drive now, backed up at the 15. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Offense getting set, 2nd down play here. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up, a long way to go for a first down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Makes a quick catch. The gain is not enough for first down, so it brings up a 4th and short. The punt team making their way on the field. This one will be fair caught. So Purdue's offense trots back out on the field. A beautiful, balanced drive reached the end zone last time. Can they keep it going here? First play of the drive now coming up from the 29. First down, looking to throw the ball. And it's incomplete even on a first down throw. He was under some heavy pressure.
And you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Incompletion makes it 2nd down. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Second down, we're going to throw it. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack.
How about Notre Notre Dame sent it a backer. Here he comes up with the sack. A little Rudy magic on this one. Boy, they've had some great linebacker play over the years. Of course, think about Manti Te'o, Jalen Smith, who's now in the NFL and had a great career in South Bend. Notre Dame with great history of playing linebacker.
Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on third down. And the Boilermakers will bring their punt team onto the field. And he'll kick it away now for the second time. And here's the fair catch by the return man. So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. Now the first play of the drive, they'll begin at the 38. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 43.
It's a good, solid gain, 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from a running game.
Second down after that run on the previous play. The shotgun handoff here. Tackle, but first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Receiver makes the grab. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets him a few yards closer to the marker.
Chris, the more we watch these spread offenses attack in today's game, it's not just about the vertical shots with the taller receivers on the outside. Defenses are challenged even more by those smaller slot receivers and their quickness in space.
Ball handed to the running back, and they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards. Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Looking to make a big play downfield. And that will fall incomplete. They took a shot at what will be the final play of the first quarter. So at the end of one, we are dead even as these teams continue their pursuit of a national championship. Let's take a quick look at the game summary so far. We'll see if the rest of this playoff game can live up to a very competitive opening period. They bring the punter onto the field now. Looking to kick it away for the second time. And the punt will bounce out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Great job by the punter there. Here comes Purdue's offense back out on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3-and-out. Can they put something together in this drive? Great cut. They whiff on him. It's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down. First down and 10. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Looking to scramble. On the run, he'll let it go. The ball is picked off.
I love this quarterback's athletic ability and the way he can create and improvise. Unfortunately here, he just didn't locate the defender and he throws the interception.
The offense now has great field position to start the drive. They'll run it from the gun. Stop after a small gain. Now look at it, 2nd and 9.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just wanted to battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. It's a quick grab. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Chris, it's so easy to get excited about the receivers on the outside and their ability to make big plays, but the slot receivers are just as exciting, especially with their finesse, quickness, and ability to make guys miss in the middle of that field.
Looking right, this one caught. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play. Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback. Here comes a first down pass attempt. And it's caught. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Well, that's just textbook right there. Great timing and recognition by the quarterback. Great route by this receiver. He gave a nice stem to the outside before he went to the post. Perfect timing, tough to defend, and an easy touchdown for this offense.
Point after, up and good. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And here's the return from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Here comes Purdue's offense back out on the field. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession and then in a pick. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. Throws it to the right. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs. One play moves the ball to the 48. Another first down coming up. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Looks like he's going to run it. And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
That's what I love about this guy. Just getting good positive yards here and continue to just keep this drive alive.
Empty backfield. Offense spreading the field of 5 wide. Looking to pass here on second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Wells. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
Caught over the middle. It's Wells. They stopped the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play. And the Boilermakers are going to cash in this red zone trip. There's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. A pop pass on the jet sweep. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage.
Yeah, to me, Chris, with this offense, it's almost an extension of their running game. You put the receiver out in motion, you flip the ball out to him, out to the outside, let him do what he does best, which is use his instincts, and he picks up a first down.
Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Now the senior tries to take a shot, but overthrows his man.
I don't know if it's the defense that's impacting him, but this quarterback is really struggling. Already has thrown a pick. His mechanics seem to be off. His footwork isn't in sync. Almost threw another pick. Boy, he's going to have to make some kind of adjustments.
Tackle made at the 1-yard line, but it'll be first and goal. The Boilermakers looking to finish the drive here. It's first and goal.
Now we're starting to see that.
And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Purdue. This college football playoff game is all tied up. It's beginning to feel a little bit like a shootout.
Yeah, it is. It's a battle of the offenses. Both these teams right now executing flawlessly, and they're doing so with such high stakes, answering one score with another. Neither team is backing up 1 inch.
And the return starts just inside the end zone. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. And the Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. We have a shootout developing here. Each offense scoring a touchdown in their last possession. Here's the first play of the drive. They'll set up from the 13. On first down, it's play action. Tries the right with a quick throw. Makes the catch downfield. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 31.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
Notre Dame comes to the line quickly. Snags the quick throw.
One thing we know for sure, I don't know as a play caller, you can make that call without a quarterback who can throw it with a big arm. He put that on a rope.
Second down after that run on the previous play. On the run, it's Rhodes. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from him.
Chris, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
And the returner will be brought down. So the Boilermakers offense heads back out onto the field. The passing game was so effective in the last possession, right down for a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Off the play fake on first down. Lets it fly to the wideout. And he pulls in the catch. And that will pick up the first down. They'll spot it at 38.
Well, this is a beautiful play when the timing is right, as we see right here. The receiver's got to do a good job of working his way back to the football as the quarterback is throwing it. The timing here is impeccable.
Looking to throw it on first down. Looking for the wideout. It's intercepted. Tried to fire it into a tight window. He's got some room and some blockers here. Now look at the return after the interception. Sets the offense up in good shape.
He didn't really seem to feel like he had anybody open. He just puts it up in the air, and the defense says, thank you, we'll take it.
On first and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Cut quickly. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
Well, you can tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that end route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Tight end makes the grab. Defense finally brings him down, but a nice chunk play. The clock has stopped. We've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. Notre Dame lining up now for a first and goal. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Looking to the end zone. And it's picked off in the end zone.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points, at the very least, a field goal. They got to be scratching their heads and hoping that in the second half, this play right here doesn't come back to bite them.
So Purdue's offense trots back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Makes the throw across the middle of the field. He pulls it in for a big gain. That gain is good enough for a first down. Ball spotted at the 42.
Love to see an aggressive mindset following sudden change. The quick strike here. The defense barely has a chance to even get set up and get established before they have to deal with a big shot taken over their head.
Looking to scramble now. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, of which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
Makes a quick grab. They've got him, but that completion good enough for first down yardage.
The defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
And the Boilermakers lining up here on first and 10. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football, but he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
After the incompletion, QB tries it again on second and 10. He's got an open man downfield, and it's caught. Stopped quickly at the 13, but here we are in the red zone.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on 1st down. Receiver makes the catch. Defense makes the stop after the completion.
This is an example of a quarterback in his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
And they convert here on 3rd down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. And they'll run it, hand it off to the running back. And the play goes nowhere. Picked up about a yard, but it'll be 4th down. And now the defense will call a timeout before this critical down, just to get everybody on the same page. So the decision is to not go for it, but settle for 3. Here comes the field goal team.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
They settled for 3 here, and now the kickoff. See if the opposing offense can answer before halftime. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the Notre Dame offense back out on the field. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Not much time remaining to cut into this lead. Here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? And looking to throw now on 1st down. And it's the senior getting home with the sack.
A lot of times we get caught up, Chris, in the one-on-one battles with the receivers and the DBs. Here's a great example of up front, the offensive line and the defensive line. Who wins that battle? This time the defense wins it and they get the sack.
The offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Thanks, Chris. These games, they never disappoint, regardless the score. And this one was filled with excitement and big plays throughout that first half. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on 3rd down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top.
The Boilermakers will kick it away to get us going in the second half. So no return here. He takes a knee in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. And the Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Great cut there. And they've got him, but there's also a flag on the play. Offense will have to overcome the holding penalty now. This line getting set up. It's a 1st down play. From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And he's brought down after a short gain. Does not make the 1st down yardage.
You know, in an era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this 1st down? And he's going to float this one to the right side. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a 4th down. And the punt team now on to kick it away. Looking to flip the field here. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes Purdue's offense back out on the field. Last time out, they moved the ball well, but had to settle for a chip shot field goal. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
First down, looking to throw the football. Grab down the middle. It's Soto.
That's a good job here, staying ahead of the chains. Good pickup here on first down. The quarterback hits the safety valve that time. The big tight end. That'll bring up a second manageable here for this offense.
They look to throw it here on second down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And the gain just good enough for a first down. The Boilermakers come to the line to set a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw again. Fires it to the wideout. Here's a wide-open receiver, complete. He's tackled quickly, and the yardage is good enough for the first down.
Another big play by this offense, and it continues to be the pass game. Between the offensive line, the receivers running good routes, and this quarterback making really accurate throws, they are dynamic and a tough offense to stop.
They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Just much like we saw in the first half, this quarterback can put the ball right on the money. Now, you know the defensive coordinator at halftime spent all the time he could with his secondary to come up with answers on how to try to slow this guy down.
Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop him.
You know, the good thing about this play is it's not an explosive play, but it really gives you a chance now to be able to pick up a first down here on this next play.
So here comes second down now. Every play important down here in the red zone.
Well, the old quarterback sneak. Well, whatever you got to do to keep this drive moving. We've seen them convert in different ways on this drive, and that's
Pressured and dropped back at the 8-yard line.
I hate to question a play call, but that close to the goal line on first and goal and throw it. Why not run the football right there?
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. He's running out of time here. Under pressure, just lets it go. And he throws the ball out of bounds. They're smart not to take a sack on that play. Brings up third down.
How about the defense's effort here? You're dealing with one of the more athletic quarterbacks in the country. Anytime he scrambles, you better have 3 or 4 guys pursuing the football. They do a good job of affecting his rhythm by pressuring him.
Junior steps up and makes an impact play. The decision is not to go for it on fourth down. Here comes the field goal team. The field goal is good.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. So here comes the Notre Dame offense back onto the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. Makes a quick catch. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass. Second down play coming up. A pop pass on the jet sweep. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over in that time.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense, almost anticipating this play. They're in position to bring him down for a loss.
Looking to pick up the first down through the air. It's a quick grab. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down.
Well, it's third down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
He shreds the tackle. And the run moves the ball up to the 33.
Hat on the hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
The game makes it second and medium. Defensive backs up at the line, showing press. They're going to run it. Back gets the carry. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and the run fits on that play.
Punter has been very busy so far. Can they finally convert here on 3rd down? Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. Fires it to the wideout. Oh, the pass is picked off. Going the other way. Can they catch him? Touchdown, Purdue. And the defense adds 6 for the interception return. And the interception taken to the house, a big 6, potential game-changing play there.
Man, nothing gets a defense, and especially a defensive coordinator, more fired up than a pick 6. And let's not forget, give credit to some of those other defenders for making some key blocks to spring that touchdown loose.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Intercepted in the end zone. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And so it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. And the Fighting Irish offense comes back out onto the field. They have got to bounce back on this possession after throwing a pick 6 last time out here. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. Tackle made after the completion.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice game.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go.
The QB throws his 3rd pick of the day. And he's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, Boilermakers.
How about that one, Chris? The big man goes up, shows his skills to come up with that interception, and then the athletic ability to run it back for a touchdown. The big guy can move.
Extra point makes it a 19-point lead. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. And the Notre Dame offense back out on the field. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back. He threw a pick 6 in the last possession. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. He'll hand it off. They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid game.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Easy throw to a wide-open receiver downfield. Breaks clear over the right side. Can they chase him down? Touchdown, Fighting Irish. No chance to catch him.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. When he catches the football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Now they get set to kick it away. Return starts from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Here comes Purdue's offense back out on the field. The last possession, they settled for a field goal, but really worked on the clock. Let's see if they can do that again with the lead. Defense is coming after him. Slides down to avoid the tackle.
Chris, I love the patience here by the quarterback. He's waiting for something to happen downfield, but it's not there. Then you see the athletic ability to be able to pick up some good yards.
They're going to run it. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Clear movement before the snap, and it'll be a false start.
False start. Offense.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Offense shoots itself in the foot. It's 1st and 15. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Receiver makes the grab, but the play loses yardage. Very tough second down coming up now. Purdue has the lead here. And as we've reached the end of 3, time is running out in this crucial contest for both these programs to stay alive in the quest for a national championship. Let's check out the game summary before we move on. All right, here comes the 4th quarter. Everything to play for here. Who is going to stay alive, survive, and advance in the college football playoff? Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. From the shotgun, drops back. Launching it. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
And the Boilermakers will have to punt this one away. Trying to kick it away, helping his team with field position. Returner decides to fair catch this. The Fighting Irish offense is back on the field. Big guys up front, line up. It's first down. Gonna run it. It's Rhodes. Breaks loose at the 45. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. Finally goes out of bounds after gobbling up big yardage on that run. Notre Dame comes to the line quickly. Well, they finally corral him, but he was untouched at the line of scrimmage. Kirk just burst through a big crease.
I'm going crazy on my defense. Like you said, this guy was untouched. I don't know how they were able to finally catch up to him and bring him down, but just no excuses at all from the defense after a play like that. Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain and
the sophomore has got him for a sack.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. It's a short completion to the big tight end. The completion picks up about 8 yards, but sets up a 4th down play now.
Great job here by the defense. 3rd down and long. You drop back in coverage, keep everything in front of you, force that quarterback to have to check the ball down, and then you rally to the football to force this 4th down. Great job here by the D.
He makes the grab. He moves the ball to the 7-yard line. Offense has a 1st and goal now. This Notre Dame offense is moving quickly down the field. They'll try to run it in on 1st and goal. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, I don't think the offensive line gave the back much of a chance at all. Now, give credit to the defense. It was almost like they were anticipating a run and got up close to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
Trying for the end zone, running it right up the gut. Touchdown, Irish. This offense really clicking. That's a crucial score. Kirk makes it a 1-possession game and makes the stretch run of this very interesting.
Yeah, now the pressure turns to their opponent and their offense. Momentum is starting to tilt, and it's your job to go into your 4-minute offense. I'd expect this defense to be extra aggressive to try to get this ball back.
That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. So the Boilermakers offense heads back out onto the field. This game just got tighter. The temptation might be to sit on this lead, but we'll see how aggressive they get. Breaking free at the 35. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
The ball carrier taken down, but there's a flag on the field.
Offense.
So the holding penalty in the offense backs him up 10 yards. 5-yard penalty makes it 1st and 15 now. And the quarterback dropping back. Receiver makes the catch, and they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the mark.
Boy, the slant route is already a difficult pass to defend in man coverage, but especially against a receiver like that. Man, good luck. Big receiver, they can use their body to shield the defensive back from the ball if it's placed correctly by the quarterback.
Quick throw to his receiver. And it's complete downfield. Tackle made after a big gain.
I just continue to be in awe of this offense. Even with the lead, these guys are going to play for 60 minutes. They do not let up. Here they are. Typically, you want to run the football here to work the clock, but these guys stick to the game plan and keep throwing the football, trying to get more yards.
Good job bleeding the clock on this drive so far. They'll come up on a 2nd down. Handoff as they try to work the clock here. Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
So the clock stops as we head into the final 2 minutes of play here. This defense needing to step up and make a play now. And the Boilermakers will have 1st and 10 here. And there's the handoff. The gain is 5, so it's 2nd and 5 now. Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. And that's a solid gain for the defense, able to bring him down. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. The Boilermakers are in the red zone. They'll try to pick up the 3rd down yardage on the ground. Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense.
Boy, Chris, you cannot overstate how big of a conversion this was to be able to pick this up on the ground. Yeah, the offense still has the lead, but you can just feel the defense having all the momentum with the points they've been able to compile. And that run right there picks up a 1st down and can kind of settle things down a bit.
Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games, but you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.